Welcome back. We are here with Josephine and her two children. She is currently in her second semester of college and she is working on everything she needs to get done. And the most important part here right now is that she has a presentation that we have to make sure she gets done during the semester. Also, we have Griffin, who is now a child, and he is a social butterfly. But we are not really going to be focusing that much on his aspiration, just as it is easy for us. So, right now, all he has to do is meet a couple Sims, so I'm happy to do that for him. He can go play in the leaves. I didn't even notice it was fall, but that is very nice. So, he is going to meet two more Sims over here by the I guess, park area. So there's that, and there's plenty of Sims walking by, so that's no problem for us. Although it was kind of hard to grab a Sim because I kept accidentally Xing out of the thing that we queued up. Not really sure what it's called. What is it called when you, a task maybe that you queue up? Anyway, Josephine is at class right now, so the children are off doing their various things. We have Abby at daycare. They just came home, but of course, Josephine has another class starting almost immediately. And yeah, I mean, I don't know why people would hire a nanny when daycare is free, and daycare also teaches the children their skills, like the potty skill and stuff. So I don't even know why anyone would pay for a nanny when you could just go to daycare for free. And the nannies never really take care of the children anyway. So here's our mail woman. She's the same mail woman as always, which I think is great. I mean, congratulations on your baby from back when. And also, Josephine is doing her presentation. And when she gets home, she is now checking the mail. And we are edging up on the third trimester here, which is really exciting. We are going to have a baby with the vampire sim. I think it was Daichi was his name. Anyway, we are going to have a baby with him, and maybe it'll be a vampire. That'll be cool. I don't have any plans to make a vampire sim the heir for a little while anyway. So he is just going to be an extra child. So that is because Griffin is currently our heir and the eldest. Honestly, and I don't know like what the deal was with this, but I really had a feeling that Griffin was going to be a boy. I mean, we've had girls this whole time. It's always been a girl, and then I really just had a feeling. I knew he was going to be a boy. So, I'm psychic anyway. And Josephine is home from class and doing her homework while the children run amok. But luckily, we have Griffin becoming more responsible and cleaning up the messes around the house. And so we are going to skip ahead to her finishing her homework and talking on the phone with her mom, Kaylee. And of course, she puts the homework on the ground. She always does that. And I don't know why. And I don't want her to. I want her to put it back in her inventory, but she never does. And that is just fine. We will pick it up each time. And we have her taking the baby for a bath because the child stinks. So, a little bubble bath is a lot of fun, and also Griffin is going to work on his social skills because he wants to get to social level 5, and we are happy to provide that for him. I will continue to do his aspirations so long as it is not cumbersome. And as per usual, I'm obsessing over the money tree. So we are going to have Josephine have something to eat and go to the bathroom, just taking care of her needs. I think I put the children, yeah, I cheated the children's needs so that they wouldn't decay because I don't like taking care of children. But anyway, that is just fine. Also, I think I have regrets about deciding that she is going to be a single mother of four. That is a lot, especially when there are toddlers making messes everywhere and everything keeps breaking. And that's what happens when I let them repair stuff. But we are already at almost 450,000 simoleons, and the goal was to get to 500,000 before the end of this generation. So I really don't think that that is going to be a problem. I think that we're doing pretty well with our money tree spitting out 8,000 simoleons every day. And also, we are going to be raking in child support for up to 4 children. So that is really good for us, money wise. And we have Griffin doing his homework. And the only reason I had him do his homework, because I don't really care about their grades, but the reason that I have him working on schoolwork is because it ups his responsibility. And I like my Sims to be responsible. As you know, Josephine herself is responsible Sim. And I really think that it helps them in the future with work and with everything. And my dog is deciding he wants attention. But we have Griffin and also his little sister Abby just chit chatting, hanging out. Griffin does want a BFF, so I figured who better to be his best friend than his little sister. So we are going to let them work on that relationship. And in the meantime, Josephine is going to spend some time before class with Abby, but Abby is going to go to daycare. And of course, I am going to queue up a harvest of the money tree. So now that Josephine is home from class, she is going to do her homework, of course. And since she's already got her presentation done, we don't need to worry about that. And we are pretty excited for how well the term is going. She did miss that one class, but I think that she'll still do pretty well overall. And her aspiration is at the point where she just needs to graduate and also get a job in her degree. So I think that it is pretty good. And so we're just going to continue to work on her degree. And that is what our current goals are. At least for this video, we're going to get through the second semester. So that is pretty exciting. And we still have Griffin working on his social skills. Honestly, I think that the way to work on social skills is to talk to other Sims. That kids' chat room thing does not up it very much. He's better off chit chatting with his sister. And also, he is going to do his homework and finish working on his project, which I totally forgot about and he remembered. So, thank you. And his responsibility continues to go up. So, we are in a good place with that. And we are also coming in closely on this baby being born. So that is, pretty exciting and also going to be interesting with toddlers running around because we are still a little ways off from Abby's birthday. Wow, I almost forgot her name. You know I'm not good with names. That's why I keep saying them over and over again so that I remember them. But also, every one of these Sims loves dancing. And we learned that too. I think, was it over Anya's house? That the Sims, they just want to dance all the time. That's all they want to do. I have a TV right there, I have a computer, but they always go back to dancing. Which, I mean, is good because it gets the kids' motor skills up. So I'm pretty good with that. And I mean, look how cute the little toddler is in that chair. I just really think that it's adorable to have the toddlers in those armchairs. They're just so little in them. And here we go. Josephine has gone into labor. So we are going to try and find that bassinet, which I have hidden behind a million other things. And she is going to have another baby. So it is a boy, and we name him Colin. And it's another boy. and we named him Wells. So we had twins, and look at that. Colin is indeed a vampire. Though Wells is not, but that is totally fine. We have one vampire child and we have the 4 children to fill up the house. So that is exactly what we wanted. And so we're going to age up these kids because you know how I feel about babies. But I am really happy that we got at least one vampire child. And also, if you notice with our last 3 children, the genetics I think is definitely fixed. So I am going to go ahead and say that the Sims team did a great job in fixing the genetics problem because these babies are looking good. So we are now all aged up and taking care of the children, and I'm just going to sell the bassinets because we're not going to have any more children. We got to our 4 here. So that is pretty good, and I'm just checking on Abby, seeing when her birthday is because 3 toddlers in one house is a lot. So we are just going to, check in on everyone. And just because Josephine is non-committal doesn't mean that she's not a good mom and she doesn't really take care of her children. She always defaults to going to them, so that is great, though they are creating messes as always. So we are having Griffin continue to improve on his skills, but since he's not home, Josephine is going to clean up for him. And also, we are going to divvy up the toys a little bit because they got a lot of toys in the mail. And as you know, I did not buy them any toys. So we are going to give them those to play with and then send Josephine to class. Once again, daycare not letting me down with that potty skill. And now we're home. So that class wasn't very long, but we have everyone who has come home, including Griffin, who has come home from school. And also, Josephine is chit chatting on the phone with her brother Nathan, who I actually think is her best friend. So that's pretty great that they're still so close. And also, we're going to harvest the money tree because you know how it is with the money tree. And actually, Thursday is Abby's birthday, so we are getting the cake ready, just making sure that we have everything so that when the clock strikes midnight, we do not have 3 toddlers in this house. So she is currently working on baking the cake, and here it goes. We'll add birthday candles to it so that nobody eats from it. And we are just now waiting for the clock to go to midnight. And when we are close enough, I have her to ask for help blowing out the candles. And by the time that they get to the cake, it will be past 12, which, I mean, Sim's time is so messed up because it takes her an hour to walk the baby over to the cake. But, that's besides the point. And we're just going to randomize Abby's aspiration and um, traits. So there's that. And she is now a child. And I actually really like her hair with the one braid on the side. So I think that's adorable. And so she is now not one of our problem children. I mean, I guess none of them are problem children. I just have a thing against toddlers because they make messes everywhere. So I think that is a personal grudge of mine that has nothing to do with the actual children. But anyway, as you can see, the dancing, always the dancing, but I do have them chit chatting so that they can continue to get along and he can continue to up his social. Although it's like a little glitchy here because the homework thing doesn't go away and then it kind of freezes. So I reset him and it resets them. So then they go back to chit chatting, and of course, everybody wants to dance. But he is trying to get his social up, and you can see that while actually talking to a sim, it goes up much faster than it did when he went on the computer or anything like that. So I think that that is really good. And they're sitting in these nice chairs. I think when I built this, I actually thought those chairs were blue, but they are not really blue. So Anyway, the house has a green theme, and that was totally on purpose. But yeah, sometimes I think, well, I used to wear blue light blocking glasses that were yellow, and it totally messed up my perception of color completely. I thought that weird shaped green rug was blue for the longest time. But now my blue light glasses are just clear, so I really shouldn't be having this problem anymore. But you know how it is. We're going back to the money tree as I try and get off the tangent that I was on. And she's going to take care of the money tree. We take care of it if we see it, but the gardener is totally a backup because we need a backup. We need the gardener just in case so that they don't die. And now she is headed to class again. And Abby does not go to school today because it was her birthday. And so you know how that works. They don't go to school if they age up before school. And we are home and she's going to check the mail. I'm pretty sure she's going to get a few more toys from the um, the kids being born, people sending them gifts. So there is that. Yep, there are those, and it's actually quite a lot. So I mean, thank you, kind family members. And also Nathan was walking by, so she chit chats with him. And yeah, so she's not really worried about relationships or getting more children right now. I mean, I guess she could have like a someone that she is not committed to for like woohooing and stuff. But right now she's focused on getting her degree and getting that good job. So, plus, being a single mom of so many small children is really tough, and she doesn't really have time for all that other stuff. So, maybe she should make time for herself every once in a while. But I'm once again getting off topic because really nothing is going on in this video right now. This video has definitely been a lot of just working on things. So it's not too exciting watching her do her homework. And I was just checking on her family because I saw that Sylvia was an elder now. And I wanted to see if actually Nathan was doing anything with his life. And I'm not sure if maybe MCCC bypasses played households on default. So that is a potential thing. Maybe after um, Josephine gets her degree, we will have like switch over to Nathan as an active sim and maybe get him a life while we're waiting for the kids to age up. So that is definitely an option. We'll have to see how it goes. But in the meantime, Griffin is trying to continue to get to know his sister better so that they can become BFFs. And I'm really excited about that. And Josephine's degree is going to take us through at least another sim week. So this is the end of the second term, and she did good, all A pluses except for that one class. She got an A minus because she missed a class. And we are going to choose logic as a elective for this semester, and then do 3 of the history classes. And after this semester, she is going to graduate. So, you know, we have about a sim week, and then however long it takes her to get her job, I think it's like another 1 or 2 sim days. So, um, yeah, I just think that we will be having some time before Griffin becomes a young adult to be doing other things. So I'm excited about that. Also, I wanted to put down the presentation thing, and one of the children made a mess, which is just typical of my life. You know what? I'm sure there's a mod out there that will prevent the toddlers from making messes. I'm sure there is, and I'm going to find it because I think that that would make my life so much better. But in the meantime, Josephine is starting. There's another mess right there. Josephine is starting a new semester, and she has to do all of her homework for all of her classes, and then a presentation and a term paper. So those are some things that she needs to work on. She is going to, right now, do the homework, and the child is playing with a toy instead of making a mess. Thank you. Honestly, I don't even know which kid is which. Hold on. Colin is the first one. So Colin is the blonde one, and Wells is the black-haired one. Okay, I gotcha. And here we are at the end of her doing her homework, and she's going to start on her presentation because I think the presentation is the most important thing to get out of the way because with the term paper, you can submit it anytime, day or night. But with the presentation, you have to do the final presentation during the semester, during a work week, during school hours. So that is something that I think is important to get out of the way early on. So she is going to come here and work on it. And I am going to have to go find her homework again. So there was that. And yeah, so we are also going to, I think, divvy up the toys really soon after she, is continuing to work on her presentation, refine it, organize it, and make it really good. Or maybe I cut the footage of me just putting toys all over the floor. That's a possibility. But anyway, they're glitching out right now, so we get a reset in because she's just stuck. And I mean, he's dancing, but she is stuck. So I reset her and then we work on the presentation again. It is only of normal quality so far, so she needs to continue to work on that and get it to outstanding quality. There it is. So now whenever she next has class, so she has class right now and then she has a break in between classes and we'll do the final presentation during that break so that, we just get that done right away. I think that is a good plan. And then later she'll work on her term paper because she can work on it whenever, it doesn't really matter, but this matters. So she is going to go do that presentation right now. And we are going to send the kids back to daycare. I mean, that's the problem with coming home in between classes and stuff is she goes to class, the kids go to daycare. She comes back, the kids come back from daycare. She goes to class, the kids immediately go back to daycare. So, I mean, not that it's real life, but in real life, if you picked up the kids from daycare for only a half an hour and then dropped them back off, might be time consuming and potentially annoying. But we will continue with this last semester next time.